Hey, welcome to Crucible Arms. Today I'm going to tell you about what I did with my Bulgarian Arsenal AK47. So this rifle started out as a stock Arsenal SLR 101S Bulgarian milled rifle. That's a mouthful, but I wanted to get it all in there for you. And I've kept it basically stock ever since I got it, which is a couple years ago. And then, modification creep started to set in. It started with the muzzle brake. I started by putting on a Venom Tactical Antidote muzzle. It's kind of pricey, but it works really, really well. I've been very, very happy with it. The stock muzzle just, there was a lot of lift, especially high and to the right. This definitely steadies the platform out, makes it much easier to shoot, much easier to get back on target quickly. But, that's not a big modification, right? It's easy to screw it off, put it back on. As I've been working on this project, I wanted to make sure that I can always return this to its stock configuration. I don't know why. I don't worry about that with my ARs, but for some reason, because it is a true Bulgarian milled AK, I do want to be able to get it back to stock, so I don't want to be cutting things off. So after the muzzle device, I decided to go ahead and drop a Tapco G2 Trigger pack in here. It's got a very, very mushy trigger stock, and I thought, well, I'll do that as an upgrade. I'm learning the platform, I'm learning AKs, and to be honest with you, I have to go back and look. It's possible that it actually came with the Tapco G2 Trigger in it. I don't know, but what I can tell you is I don't notice a huge difference between the Tapco and the OEM trigger on this. They are mushy, they work fine, but they're just mushy triggers. They're certainly not meant for precision shooting, quote unquote. And I left it in that configuration for quite some time. That was it. Muzzle brake, trigger group, and just shooting and plinking, iron sights, having a great time with it. And then my son got me a gift. He bought me a Magpul Grip. That was easy enough to put on. Again, it'll come back off, go back to stock without any issues. But it does fit my hand better, especially fits his hand better. He has very large hands, and so this was a present for me, but I understand what that really means. He realizes that these are going to him someday. But I do have to say it was a great addition, happy to have it on there. And that got me really thinking. I like rail systems. I like to be able to hang some stuff off the front of the rifle. I don't want it to be too garbaged up, but I do want to have the option. And I started digging into, different types of rail systems coming from different types of manufacturers. More people are coming out with AK modification equipment that you can add on. The popularity of the AK47 and the AK74 continues to climb, and so more aftermarket companies are getting into the game. So there are a few different rail modifications that you can take a look at. But one of the things that was important to me is I wanted one that was not going to involve permanently altering the rifle in any way. I don't want to have to cut anything off of it. I wanted to be able to just slap it on and then if need be, take it back off and put the original furniture back on. It's polymer furniture, it's not like it's anything special, but I didn't want to permanently alter the rifle itself. So I ended up going with the Damage Industries rail system. It consists of both a lower handguard as well as the upper. It replaces the entire gas piston tube, the stock one that you would take off. So you don't have to do any modifications that way. It literally just drops in. And then the two mate together via 4 screws on the top going into the bottom, holding the two together. And then there's 2 set screws on the side, one on either side that attach to the barrel that give it a nice, steady, firm platform. So that's what I went with for a while. But of course, once you start modifying, you can't leave well enough alone, right? So the next thing I started thinking is, you know what? I would like to put a red dot on this. I really do enjoy the iron sights. They work great. I like thinking that I practiced with my irons enough. It gave me an excuse to practice with my irons to make sure that my fundamentals were sound. But, it seemed to me that it was time to upgrade it once again. And so I started looking at what I wanted. I knew I wanted a red dot. I've got a couple of different types. I've never owned an Aimpoint. So I went with the Aimpoint, the Micro T1. It's the 2 MOA version of it. Put that on top, but then I wanted to know how I could get it on here and make it look low profile. I didn't want something that was going to stick off the top on the end here if I could help it. And what's nice about Damage Industries is they offer a kit that allows you to attach a separate rail section, and it is specifically designed to mount this particular Aimpoint on. So you get a very nice low profile. You can co-witness it if you like with the iron sights. It's a bottom third co-witness. I don't worry about that too much. but you can still take the cover off. You can still do all the cleaning, no issues there. Although you don't remove the gas tube, so you do have to get a brush down in there to get all the way to the end. But otherwise, you can field strip it, clean it like you normally would, be that with a garden hose. It is waterproof, the T1 that is, or you know, as most of us do with traditional cleaning products, let's put it that way. But hey, would you mind if I stopped talking for just a minute or two and did a little more shooting? I mean, that's what this is all about, right? Thanks for your indulgence. So thanks again for indulging me there. You know, you just got to shoot them. That's what it boils down to, right? You know, the only modification that I have left on this is I would like to put a different buttstock on it, something that's adjustable. It's a little tougher to do with a milled receiver than it is with a stamped receiver. And the options that I've seen all end up cutting off the lower tang. And I'm not interested in doing that. As I've said, I want to be able to return this to its stock configuration, its stock Bulgarian configuration, if you will, even though it's assembled here in the U.S. with a number of U.S. parts. I understand that. But I would like to be able to get it back to stock. So I don't want to cut that off. So if you have any ideas on what I can do for an adjustable rear stock, I would love to hear from you. Overall, the modifications that I have made, I am very, very pleased. I don't feel like I did anything that I didn't want to do. There's nothing I've put on that I've taken back off. It's turned out to be just a great set of modifications for me, and I've had a tremendous amount of fun with this rifle. What's not to like about an Aimpoint? The way this system works, the ability to keep it low profile but still be able to get at, you know, do the field strip pretty easily was a big deal to me. So I think it looks really good. I think it shoots really well. And I'm extremely pleased with the modifications that I've done. So that's what I've done so far with this Bulgarian AK in terms of modifications and quote-unquote sporterizing it. I appreciate you stopping by. If you appreciated what you saw in the video, I would like it if you would like the video, share some comments with me down below, and of course, subscribe to my channel. This is Crucible Arms signing off. Thank you very much.